All right, my son.
Mange two.
Lovely jubbly.
You plonker.
Rodney, this time next year, we'll be millionaires.
Kushti.
For 22 years and 64 episodes, the Trotters delighted fans across the UK.
Horse and Horses has got into the psyche of the country and you can't avoid it.
It was just so side-splittingly funny.
Their brilliantly written and expertly delivered dialogue.
If he's a boy, do you reckon it'd look like Rodney?
It don't matter as long as it's healthy.
You're annoyed at John Sullivan because you're like, how can you be that clever?
Perfectly executed set pieces.
Gold. Stamps. Comedy gold.
For me, the best visual gag in British comedy.
And it was both shocking and hilarious and unforgettably funny.
And moments of genuine emotion.
And I've never felt sodden pain like that in all my life.
You can really feel that emotion from both pouring through the screen.
How am I laughing 1 second, crying another second, and laughing again? And it's like, whoa.
Brought audiences back in their droves week after week, year after year.
It's a total love-hate relationship, but they'd be lost without each other.
Its original run reached a triumphant climax over the Christmas of 1996, with an episode jam-packed with brilliant gags that perfectly suited the characters we'd grown to love.
I'm really worried, Rodney. Has he ever suffered with pleurisy?
Only when he's tried to spell it.
It was the beauty of the writing and the absolute alchemy between writers and casting and the whole thing just melding together.
This is Derek.
Au revoir.
This was the most watched sitcom episode in UK history. At 24.3 million, more people tuned in to the Trotters than that missed Southgate Euro 96 penalty or Princess Di's infamous Panorama interview. 15 years after these original scripts were first broadcast, it was obvious that we loved Only Fools more than ever. And it all came from the mind of one man.
His eye and his ear for what was funny in real life. And the way he transferred that onto the screen, the way Sullivan did that, was just, it was masterful, and I don't think it's ever been better.
I think David Jason once said, you came in the morning, got your scripts, and we all got down on our knees and said our prayers to John Sullivan. He was a wonderful, wonderful writer.
It's a Herculean effort. 64 episodes he wrote, all on his own. I reckon he's up there with Shakespeare.
With the series written, it was time for the all-important casting. First to sign up was 19-year-old Nicholas Lyndhurst, best known for playing the overtly posh Adam on Butterflies.
Hey, Mom. Does this eyeshadow look okay?
Eyeshadow?
Yeah. Is it dark enough?
Where is it?
Underneath.
It should go on top.
It's to make me look older.
It makes you look tired.
Great, that'll do.
Was Butterflies the first thing you did?
No, not really. It was the first one that actually became a series. We did 4 series of that. And before that, it was mostly Sunday slot dramas and things like that. Prince and the Pauper, Heidi and all that stuff.
I remember Nicholas Lyndhurst playing the Prince and the Pauper, playing both roles, and he was very posh and a really good actor. And I was really shocked to see him play Rodney.
When he was initially suggested for Rodney, there were concerns over how he may fare on a Peckham estate. But these fears were unfounded as he made the part his own.
It is not a traffic warden's uniform.
You've got me done up as a bloody traffic warden.
It is, once and for all, it is not a traffic warden's uniform. Now, just trust me, will you? Put your cap on. Well?
I look like a traffic warden. I look like a traffic warden who ain't been well.
He just plays that uncomfortableness and that way of looking too big in your clothes. He just makes it look normal, which it's not. It's acting.
Del Boy, however, proved trickier to cast.
Producer Ray Butt spoke to a guy called Enrai Tao, who, unfortunately for him, he was busy doing another series for ITV and couldn't do it. They approached Jim Broadbent, who, of course, came into Only Fools later as Roy Slater. Jim was busy in a West End show and couldn't do it. They looked at other people, Billy Murray, who went on to be in The Bill and EastEnders, and they also looked at Robin Nedwell, another actor who was quite popular at the time. David Jason wasn't on the radar really. He was known for playing old men in shows like Porridge. He played quite a wimpy character, Granville, in Open All Hours, but they got David in to read, put him with Nick Lyndhurst, and magic happened.
You daft old sod, it was Harry Belafonte all along.
Any reservations the top brass had were quashed with David Jason's first scene. In just a couple of lines, we knew exactly who Del Boy was.
S'il vous plaît, what an enigma. I'll get better looking every day. Can't wait for tomorrow. Oh, do you know, I think I'm suffering from something incurable. Still, never mind, eh?
They don't have any parents. They really have that love connection more than most brothers, and they kind of only have each other to rely on, really.
They got it all now, yeah.
And this is no more evident than at Rodney's wedding, where Del, in the role of brother, father, best man and business partner, says goodbye to the life they had together.
Oh, we had a few good years, eh? Yeah, we had some good times. Right laughs. And a couple of tears. Still, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I just wish Granddad and Mum... Oh, no, shut up. Let me go.
I think it's Sullivan at his best, and that's saying something. It's kind of heartbreaking when Wadders finally gets married, and it's just so beautifully written. And it could quite easily have been heavy-handed, because obviously you're dealing with Del Boy being happy for him, but at the same time, he's suffering a loss, because he's losing this, in a way, he's losing his partner. The moment when he leaves, and obviously he's pleased for him and you get that feeling, but then when Del Boy reaches and he takes the little figurine of the groom off the cake, which obviously represents Rodney to him. He's just such a beautifully elegant, really simple, but really sort of almost heartbreaking moment of television.
We Brits love a catchphrase. Our classic comedies are full of them. None more so than Only Fools, a show chock full of iconic Delisms.
Yay, lovely, jubbly. Kushti. What a plonker.
So I just remember every time you get anything wrong, it's like, oh, you plonker, oh, you dipstick, and it's so affectionate and it's so loving.
We've never called each other plonkers. Yeah. So mine's Kushti, because
your old man.
my dad used to use that a lot.
Your dad used Kushti. You know, they weren't made up out of thin air, those catchphrases. They were real catchphrases that were taken from real working class people.
I've actually finished off meetings and I've said this time next week we'll be millionaires. And people just look at you and say, I hope we are, because we know you are.
Really, it's so beautifully written. And the fact that there are catchphrases that came from it, but they never felt heavy-handed because they never felt like they were put in there to be catchphrases. You always felt, well, they were used in a way which felt real.
You in a hurry?
I've got all the time in the world, Arnie.
Meet me in the back of the car park in an hour's time?
Yeah, Kushti.
Won't be long.
Lovely jubbly.
Anyone growing up in London, we all know them characters, you know, the wheeler dealers. You know, I grew up in a pub myself, my parents Republicans, and we all know a bit of a Trigger, you know, we all know a bit of a kind of snobby Boise, you know, we all know a bit of a Denzel, you know, these kind of characters.
But the ever-present supporting character came from the elderly third trotter.
I loved Leonard Pierce. I thought he was extraordinary. There was something inherently sort of sympathetic about his performance, and he's quite gullible, and Del could have a laugh with him like he does in the scene with the ashes. You know, that's a cracker, that is.
All right then, tell me where your money's hidden.
I ain't got no money.
Oh, don't give me that, you lying old git. I know you're all right for a few bob, and I want to know where it is hidden.
It's in me suitcase under me bed.
No, I ain't no looked.
You've been under my bed?
Leonard could sit there and do nothing. Do absolutely nothing and still get a laugh. Amazing. There'll be a scene between David and Nick, and there'll be 2 pages of battling, talk. And in would come Leonard with one line, and the whole audience would go, woof, with laughter. And you could see David and Nick looking at each other going, we've just become a vast feed. And this old man sits in this thing and gets all the laughs. I mean, they did it with affection, of course.
What's your partner doing now? Is he buying second-hand pedlos?
No, nothing like that. No, we're going into the self-catering holiday trade.
Oh, what, on 200 knicker?
Yeah, well, we're starting in a small way.
Well, you got a Wendy house?